Well, hello boys, girls, and those who haven't decided yet. Today in our shop we have a Fender Bassman TV 12. It's actually a prototype. It's dusty. I don't think it's actually dirty, but it's mine. And it was at a venue being used as the house amp for quite some time, for like 2 years. My friend Dave plays it a lot. He's a nice guy, but he accidentally left it on for a whole week. This thing's got a tube in it. Hope that's not cooked. But what we're here is we're going to just clean it up. I'm pretty sure this is just dust embedded in this tweed because the tweed's rough. So we're just going to try to clean it up, service it, clean this shmoo off the control panel. Make sure there's no dust rabbits living inside, no rodents, whatever. Just give it a good clean, test the tube. And if everything checks out, it'll be ready to go back soon. Let's have a look at our capacitors. Okay, so there's our board there. That looks fine. All the resistors look not burnt, and the filter capacitors on there look not burnt. This is a solid state amp. Well, it's a hybrid. There's a tube under there. We look back there. We'd have to take that cover off to see it, but there weren't any functional issues. So everything I can see, I don't see anything too bad. No dust rabbits or anything. We'll give that tube a test, and if that works good, we'll just double check the controls for noise and finish wiping it down and call it good. I think this tube is, let's turn our light off. This should be an older, well, it's got a magic sticker on it. Is that a groove tube? Oh, it's a groove tubes. Yeah, right. It is a Sovtek 12AX7WC. I know a WA and WB, but WC, I don't remember. Military style maybe? It's got a wide body on it for a 12AX7. Okay, our test is nearly complete. New 12AX7s generally test as 8s or between 8s and 11s, and this is showing a 5 and a 6, meaning that it's worn. So this one's been on the shelf for a little bit too long. Too many hours burning. Granted, the tube's nearly 10 years old. So time for a new 12AX7. There is a new 12AX7 tongue saw branded one, and it tests as 9 and 10. So I think we'll use that one instead. And I think we'll be good. We got the dirt off of it. We did a visual inspection. I mean, the amp worked. It didn't have any symptoms or anything. What we should do though is we should plug it in and do a POTS check just to see if any of these are fizzy and dirty and need to be cleaned. But other than this just having a number of hours of nice use to it, granted the amp is 10 years old and I think that was probably the original tube. Let's wipe the shmoo off of it. I rotated all the pots on this amplifier with the volume turned up so I could hear any scratches that may be occurring, and there really weren't any to speak of. So I don't know that I really need to sound check this for my sake. I know what it sounds like, but we should at least make sure that it makes noise with its new tube. Yep, all functions are working fine. So that was a really exciting, maintenance video. But for those of you who have an amp like this, or an amp that does have a tube in it, or whatever, you know, it's good from time to time just to clean it up, wipe it down, and check for the routine kind of things you need to check for. If your amp has a tube and you let the tube cook itself into oblivion, you actually may end up damaging some other things. If a tube shorts, it can take things out. If a tube starts drawing a ridiculous amount of current, it can take things out. So in this case, my friend, he's a nice guy, good dude, honest mistake, forgot, and this amp stayed on for a week. Now granted, that tube may have already been weak beforehand, but staying on for an entire week isn't good for a tube. They can do it. There are tubes that can do it, but you know, after 10 years of grind, that tube is ready to be retired and replaced by our tongue saw. So a bath, a tube, everything's good. Thanks for watching.